Welcome to LogisticsBoost channel. This video is part of the Global Logistics full course. As mentioned in the previous videos, this full course will provide you with the fundamentals you need to improve your logistics knowledge. As you may already see in previous videos, this course is composed of 4 main chapters. Chapter 1, Introduction to Logistics and Supply Chain Context. Chapter 2, Logistics and Supply Chain Operations. Chapter 3, Logistics Distribution Concepts, and finally Chapter 4, which is about global logistics trends and strategies. In this video, we will finish the second part of Chapter 1, which is Globalization and International Trade. We will see specifically the last topic, which is globalization. So let's get started. The term globalization has been in use for a number of decades and is widely known as an umbrella term for a dynamic set of economic, financial, technological, cultural, and political changes that continue to occur around the world. There are many activities that present good examples of globalization. Let's take the example of Barbie. In 1959, Barbie was created as the all-American baby doll, and she has since become a truly global citizen. Barbie was first made in Japan, but now different components of Barbie are made in other nations. For instance, her hair is still made in Japan, but the plastic that makes up her body is made in Taiwan, her cotton clothing is made in China, and the molds and coloring used in manufacturing are made in the USA. Many companies now adopt a policy which some refer to as globalization, thinking on a global world market scale, but adapting to local ones as appropriate. Consider how in its numerous restaurants around the world, McDonald's offers both internationally known and popular products like burgers, Coca-Cola, and so on, alongside products that are popular locally. In terms of trading relationships, a number of different stages can be identified in the path towards globalization. Domestic company is the first stage, where there is only domestic market potential. Only at home are the production and marketing facilities located. Exportation of surplus is not required. However, the entire planning process is only applicable to national markets. New product lines may be created and new local markets may be served. The senior management of domestic organizations frequently has a more traditional approach to company management and less international experience. The second is an international firm, which begins to develop its activities in overseas markets once a corporation has outgrown its domestic marketing capacities. Offshoring, global outsourcing, exporting, franchising, and many other methods are among the primary methods for breaking into the worldwide market. In the following chapters, we will examine those strategies in further detail. Multinational corporations are in the third stage of development at this point, realizing that domestic models and regulations do not meet their needs. As a result, they produce items and services that fulfill the needs of various customers in various countries. Companies expand their global reach and adapt their business models to suit the needs of various markets. Such businesses continue to have decentralized management. The corporation then evolves into a global company by adopting a global marketing strategy for its products. It is actually possible to produce either in the home country or in another country and sell its goods anywhere in the world. As a result, they adjust to market conditions in accordance with overseas markets. The transnational corporation is the last stage, actually, and when one emerges, it functions on a worldwide scale by using global resources to meet the needs of global markets. Transnational corporations gather information globally and analyze it for applications that cross geopolitical boundaries. We are aware that there has been a significant change in recent years due to the growth of businesses operating on a worldwide scale. And this calls for a broader viewpoint than when a national company conducts business abroad. Even though businesses may be present throughout the large territory, this is supported by local or regional sourcing, manufacturing, storage, and distribution. So the company is truly global, with a structure and policy that represent a global business. Typical global attributes will include global branding, global sourcing, global production, centralization of inventories, and the centralization of information, but with the ability to provide for local requirements like these electronic standards for electrical goods, language on packaging, or left or right hand drive alternatives in the automotive industry. All of these aspects serve to emphasize the added difficulty of operating effectively in a global environment. Logistics and supply chain networks have become far more complicated, and the need to plan and manage logistics as a complete and integrated system has become far more difficult. Logistics networks must necessarily expand, and they become more complex in order to serve global markets. Once again, logistics must be planned and managed as a whole integrated system. In addition to the attributes already listed, businesses operating in a global market frequently deploy focused factories that specialize in a small number of products and outsource some production. Globalization almost certainly leads to greater complexity. Complexity provides some significant implications for logistics operations, and these include extended lead time. The lead time is the amount of time it takes for a production process to complete from initiation to completion of a product. This includes placing the order, sourcing the materials, producing, and delivering the finished good. The performance of the entire supply chain is significantly impacted by the lead time. Longer lead times might potentially have a number of negative implications on the customer and the supplier. Production delays with local added value and challenging management styles are additional effects. Multiple options for transporting freight are another implication of logistics. There are actually several freight method choices for each leg of the route between the manufacturer and the market. These are still simply divided into the categories of air, sea, rail, and road. There are other options available within each of these categories. Each one is still being evaluated for its benefits and drawbacks in terms of price, accessibility, and speed. When different modalities are used to travel along the supply chain, the interface between them adds another layer of complexity. Extended and inconsistent travel delays have another effect. Here, both planned and unplanned inventories continue to be greater than optimal due to the length and increased uncertainty of international logistics pipelines. The need to store more inventory to provide safety cover will inevitably result in variations in the length of time required for international transport. And another challenge is the requirement for increased supply chain visibility. In these two first parts from Chapter 1, Logistics and Supply Chain Context, we gave an understanding of both the drivers for the evolution of logistics and supply chain management, as well as the global context within they both operate. In the next videos, we are going to see the relationships in the supply chain and the importance of supply chain integration.